hope you enjoy our morning together as much as we all have. It is with great honor I introduce to you Jim Mead, author of No Cooked Breakfast.
No Cooked Breakfast is the title of the book because that's part of the non-traditional way that I ended up approaching this B&B. 2/3 of the book is made up of guest comments. It ends up with thoughts for the aspiring B&B innkeeper. I thought the hospitality business was a stretch for me. I did not want to make beds, and cooking breakfast was a problem. Other than those two issues, the beds and the breakfast, the B&B idea sounded great. So the house was a wood frame structure with log siding. As it aged, it would require regular maintenance, and I'm not a handy guy. Years earlier, I had assisted my home builders by working evenings on areas that needed help. At one point, I asked if we would meet a looming deadline and was told two things have to happen. The weather has to hold up, and you have to quit helping. We all laughed and laughed. A B&B is more than a residence. I called the township secretary and told her I wanted to open my home as a B&B and asked for information. She asked, "Have you had your perk test?" I frowned. Just this last year, I had a colonoscopy. but apparently my doctor didn't think a perk test was needed. The writers, and I'm so happy to say this, have chosen passages from the book.
I don't intend to ever open a B&B. And the book did not convince me that I should. But I appreciate its humor and forthright honesty in how he created a thriving business while going against the common wisdom of many typical B&B owners.
Paul was a big man who drove a Hudson that looked like a huge, gray, upside-down bathtub. His youth brought hope to the old, and he had gone to college. The congregation gave him deep respect. Grace played the piano up front on the platform with Paul. Grace was a bit stout, wore glasses, and was known at church for her chiffon blouses. That day, Grace's smoky charcoal chiffon blouse looked fine. But the regular churchgoers remembered another Sunday when Grace was running really late. She played the piano with a chiffon blouse that looked odd because, as it turned out, Grace had her bra on backwards.
Brace yourselves. 80 degrees, beautiful. There is a goddess of life, for real. She found this place while we were planning our motorcycle tour. Last night, my goddess said, "This place encourages romance." Well, let me tell you, something came out of her last night that I haven't seen in 2 years. Animal, man, I'm telling you, female animal, roar. Love this place. So they come for all kinds of reasons.
It turned out that Meadows was not a young girl, but likely a great-great-grandmother, and she was dying. The vet said she could likely die within days, but after 2 days of fluids and antibiotics and steroids, I brought her home and babied her in my living room. Meadows lived 15 more weeks and passed, much like she lived as a kind soul.
Isn't that sweet? I was so impressed with Jim's gratitude and appreciation for his staff. And I wanted to read some highlights to you out of chapter 12, which is titled Approach, Lessons Learned, and Strategies.
If the women running the B&B are under the gun, maybe I can switch the wash and maybe take out the trash. But I'd better leave it at that and just stay out of the way. Hence, the name of the system is Stay Out of the Way, SOW, or the SOW Productivity Management Approach.
I thank you so very much for coming. Thank you, 77 writers, for doing this today.